In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on January 11, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Washington Wizards. The Oklahoma City Thunder, who currently hold the top spot in the Western Conference standings, are gearing up to take on the Washington Wizards, who sit in 15th place in the Eastern Conference, on January 12th at the Capital One Arena. The Thunder are riding high after a dominant 126-101 road victory over the New York Knicks last Friday. Meanwhile, the Wizards find themselves on a dismal 5-game losing streak, with their most recent defeat coming in a crushing 138-105 road loss to the Chicago Bulls on Friday. This marks the second and final meeting between these two teams this season. The Thunder emerged victorious in their first matchup on December 23rd, winning on their home court. Both teams continue to deal with key player absences. The Thunder remain without Chet Holmgren and Alex Caruso, while the Wizards are still missing Malcolm Brogdon and Marvin Bagley from their lineup. The betting line for this game was expected to heavily favor Oklahoma City, given their impressive dominance over opponents on a nightly basis. In stark contrast, the Wizards have been one of the most struggling teams in the league this season. Despite their struggles, it's worth noting that 5 of Washington's 6 wins this season have come on their home court. With Oklahoma City coming to town, the Wizards might show some extra effort, particularly against a high-caliber opponent. That said, this is likely where the competitiveness ends. The Thunder not only continue to rack up victories, but also boast an outstanding record against the spread, sitting at 25-10-3 on the season, with a remarkable cover percentage of 73.5%, the best in the league. Oklahoma City inspires confidence among bettors. Additionally, the Thunder are 12-3 against the spread in their last 15 games when favored by double digits. Their previous encounter with the Wizards 2 weeks ago resulted in an 18-point win for Oklahoma City, highlighting the clear disparity between these teams. The Thunder have been exceptional on the road this season, holding an impressive 14-4 record away from home. In contrast, the Wizards have struggled mightily at home, with a dismal 5-15 record in their own arena. The defensive disparity between these teams underscores their contrasting trajectories. Oklahoma City has allowed an average of just 105 points over their last 5 games, whereas Washington has been giving up a whopping 127 points over their previous 3 contests. These two teams are simply at opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of performance this season, and this matchup is unlikely to be competitive. There's only one logical choice here, so the Oklahoma City Thunder to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. While both teams demonstrated their scoring potential by combining for 228 total points in their previous matchup, this game is unlikely to reach that same total. The offensive efficiency metrics paint a clear picture. The Thunder rank 7th in the league with an offensive rating of 115.2, while the Wizards languish at the very bottom with a league worst offensive rating of 105.5. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Brooklyn Nets versus Utah Jazz. The Brooklyn Nets are set to square off against the Utah Jazz at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City on Sunday, January 12, 2025. Both teams have had disappointing seasons so far, with the Nets currently enduring a 3-game losing streak and the Jazz struggling through a dismal stretch, having lost 8 consecutive home games. Their previous meeting saw the Jazz come out on top with a 105-94 victory as 1.5-point road underdogs in Brooklyn. This upcoming matchup offers a crucial chance for both teams to alter their trajectories and build some positive momentum as the NBA season approaches its midway point. The Nets continue to deal with significant roster challenges as key players D'Angelo Russell, Trendon Watford, Bojan Bogdanovic, and Cam Thomas remain sidelined. Similarly, the Jazz will be without Bryce Sensabaugh, John Collins, and Keon George once again. Given the struggles of both squads, it's hard to back either side with confidence. The Brooklyn Nets appear to be unraveling further, having lost 7 of their last 10 games, failing to cover the spread in those same 7 matchups. Their recent trade activity suggests the possibility of the team leaning into a full rebuild mode, though that doesn't necessarily mean the Jazz are deserving favorites. Notably, this marks the first instance of the Jazz being favored since March of last year. Despite their status as favorites, Utah's dismal 2-14 straight-up record at home and their position at the tail end of a back-to-back raise additional concerns. Meanwhile, the Nets, though struggling overall, have secured 8 of their 13 wins on the road. It's unusual to see the Jazz as favorites, regardless of their opponent, and several factors in this matchup remain perplexing. Examining advanced metrics this season reveals a slight statistical gap between the two teams. The Nets hold the 25th spot in the league's net rating with a -6.3, while the Jazz sit just behind them in 26th place with a -7.1 net rating. Three-point shooting could prove to be a decisive factor in this contest. The Nets rank 13th in the NBA with a 36.4% success rate from beyond the arc, whereas the Jazz trail slightly, ranking 17th with a 36.1% conversion rate. However, with the Jazz playing on 0 days of rest, I'm leaning toward the Nets to capitalize on this disadvantage and secure a much-needed road victory. So the Brooklyn Nets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Injuries have significantly impacted both teams, sidelining their star players and placing added pressure on role players who have struggled with consistency. This lack of dependable production is reflected in their shooting efficiency. The Jazz rank 15th in the league with a 57.5 true shooting percentage, while the Nets rank 20th at 57. Both teams have failed to generate high-scoring performances, and their offensive inefficiency suggests a low-scoring game is likely. Considering these factors, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Charlotte Hornets versus Phoenix Suns. On Sunday, amidst the vast expanse of the desert, the Phoenix Suns will host the Charlotte Hornets in a non-conference matchup. This game sets the stage for an intriguing contest, so buckle up for a comprehensive prediction as the Charlotte Hornets take on the Phoenix Suns. Currently, the Hornets are among the league's lower-scoring teams, holding the 3rd fewest points in the Eastern Conference. On the other hand, the Suns, who are riding a modest 2-game winning streak, sit just 1 game below .500. Despite this, they remain in the 11th spot in the Western Conference standings, a testament to their inconsistent season so far. The Suns have struggled to build any kind of momentum, failing to string together consecutive victories. Against the spread, they have an abysmal record of 13-24 this season. With a cover percentage of just 35.1%, the Suns rank as the worst team in the NBA in terms of covering the spread. Meanwhile, the Charlotte Hornets appear to be in the healthiest condition they've been in for quite some time. This improved state allowed them to notch a victory against the Suns just last week. Adding to the intrigue, the Suns enter this game on the second night of a back-to-back, while the Hornets benefit from a considerable 5-day rest period leading into this contest. Despite their inconsistency, the Suns are generally a stronger team when playing on their home court, which is why they are expected to be favored in this matchup. However, I must reiterate my stance that the Suns are significantly underperforming this season, and I find their play uninspiring. Their lackluster form and inconsistency have made them difficult to back confidently. While Phoenix is fresh off a win over the Utah Jazz, their overall struggles remain evident. The ongoing experiment of bringing Bradley Beal off the bench has yet to produce the desired results, leaving much to be desired from this team. Although the Suns should, in theory, secure an easy victory and cover the spread on their home floor, their recent form doesn't justify them being such heavy favorites. The Charlotte Hornets, on the other hand, hold a distinct advantage in this game due to a significant rest disparity. Postponements of their games against the Los Angeles Lakers and the Los Angeles Clippers have given the Hornets a massive edge in terms of recovery time. Given this advantage, it's hard to understand why one wouldn't consider backing the Hornets and the points in this scenario. While I'm not outright predicting another Hornets victory, I do believe they have the capability to remain competitive, disrupt the Suns' rhythm, and keep the game closer than expected. So the Charlotte Hornets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Considering the Hornets' well-documented struggles on offense and the fact that both Charlotte and Phoenix are teams that prefer a slower pace of play, this matchup seems likely to favor a low-scoring affair. Their previous encounter, held at Spectrum Center in Charlotte, resulted in a game that went under the 226.5-point total. This outcome aligns with the playing styles of both teams. The Hornets ranked 22nd in the league in terms of pace, averaging 97.8 possessions per 48 minutes, while the Suns rank even slower at 25th with 97.2 possessions per 48 minutes. Although the Hornets rely heavily on three-point shooting, ranking third in three-point rate, their efficiency leaves much to be desired as they convert only 34.1% of their attempts, placing them 25th in the league in this category. Additionally, Charlotte has scored 105 or fewer points in 5 of their last 8 games, highlighting their ongoing offensive challenges. The trend of low-scoring games continues for both teams, with the total going under in the Hornets' last 8 contests. Similarly, 3 of the Suns' last 4 games have also ended with the total going under. Even in their last meeting, neither team performed well offensively, and despite the Suns' improved field goal percentage of 51.2% in their most recent outing, they still failed to put up a high score. Both teams prefer slower-paced games, with the Hornets ranking 19th in possessions per game and the Suns at 28th. This matchup is likely to be another low-tempo, low-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.